Back to live action in our 140-pound championship bout, and now we'll see the second of our undefeated four-time state champions. And he wearing the red and gold singlet, already out in the center of the mat, Steve Kessler from Randallstown, Maryland, and he attended Owings Mills High School, 150-0 and 4 Class 1A, 2A state championships. And his opponent, an outstanding career in California, the second of 3 Calvary Chapel wrestlers we'll be seeing in these championship matches. Joe Calavitta in the black singlet. Calavitta, 2-time state champion in California. And right away in on the single and the takedown. First points go to Calavitta and a 2-0 lead.
Nice little knee pull single, nothing fancy. Went after it, element surprise. Always a beautiful thing to use. 2-0 Calavitta.
Kessler tried to spin out for the escape, but Calavitta stayed right there, kept the leg, and they go off the mat. Vic Leonard brings them back to the center, and still 2-0 in favor of Joe Calavitta. We've just started the 140-pound championship match. In addition to his 2 state titles, Joe Calavitta also finished 3rd in the state as a sophomore and 4th as a freshman. Calavitta signed during the early signing period. He will be attending the University of Minnesota in the fall, and Steve Kessler still uncommitted. And now Joe Calavitta with the duck under, the lift and the takedown, and a 4-1 lead with his second takedown of the match.
Repeat takedown. Little knee pull to the left. 2-point takedown. Body style is quite a bit different here, Rob. You have Calavitta, little short, little stocky, very explosive. Kessler, the longer of the two. I'm sure his forte is just going to be a little bit something different. Haven't had an opportunity to see him get going yet.
The escape given to Steve Kessler, and now the lead for Joe Calavitta is 4-2. Under 45 seconds left in the first period, and Vic Leonard brings them back to the center. 42 seconds left to go. And Joe Calavitta already ahead 4-2, trying for more. Steve Kessler fights him off.
Calavitta working the philosophy, if it's not broke, don't fix it. 2 great shots to the right side of Kessler, and this time Kessler made his adjustments, which I'm going to reflect on once again. The good kids will adjust right as the match is going on. If he's leading right, he'll lead left, and the quality of the great ones is right there. That's the proof in the pudding.
10 seconds left to go in the first period. And now Joe Calavitta trying to shrug by. But that looks like the way it'll end. 4-2 with the first period takedowns for Joe Calavitta. And Calavitta will defer his choice for the second period. Steve Kessler with the option will take the down position.
4-2 Calavitta. Kessler looking to inch his way a little bit closer and maybe see what happens on his feet again. Optional start for Calavitta, which means he's probably going to cut him.
And he does just that, and it's 4-3.
Oh my God, is that quick? That's just
Calavitta
tremendous.
right in again on the angle attack, takes him right to the back. 6-3 and more points coming.
That's 3 identical takedowns, explosive, lowered his level, took off right through him, this time right to his back.
Vic Leonard with a good shot at the good look at that near fall situation, and he awards 3 near fall points, and it's now 9-3 on that 5-point move, and Joe Calavitta in command.
Almost approaching the halfway point. Steve Kessler's going to have to get a little bit of offense going right here with a 9-3 deficit. He's got a little bit ways back.
Minute 23 left in the second period. Our first undefeated 4-time state champion, John Mark Bentley, was victorious at 130 pounds. Now Steve Kessler in a 9-3 hole here at 140, and he's going to have to get something going in a hurry. He does spin out, get the hips out, and get the escape, and it's 9-4. These are the finals. of the National High School Wrestling Championships from the A.J. Palumbo Center here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Rob Sherrill, Ed Ferraro, George Von Benko bringing you the action. 9-4 the score in favor of Joe Calavitta in the black singlet from Calvary Chapel High School in California. The second of 3 Calvary Chapel wrestlers we'll be seeing here in the finals.
Joe Calavitta right back in on that knee pull outside with the big
right
finish.
To the back again. And it's going to be, looks like the second 5-point move for Joe Calavitta, and he has really put on a clinic here in the finals.
Incredible.
11-4 now, the score in favor of Calavitta, and 3 more on the back coming eventually. Not awarded yet by Vic Leonard. He's still looking at that near fall situation. Now the points go on the board. 10 seconds left to go in the second period, and 14-4 the score now in favor of Joe Calavitta. 2 5-point moves. He's been explosive.
Very, very explosive, Rob. And once again, that short, stocky body build, and you join that with the quickness that Calavitta has. Kessler's got his hands full, no denying that in the third period. He's got to make some corrections, make them early, and get that offense going.
And a very smart move by Calavitta. Kessler hasn't been on top the whole match, and Calavitta's not going to give them that opportunity. And in on the single, and throws the hips over, gets another takedown, and it's 16-4.
Just goes to show you, I mean, once you have something like Joe Calavitta's single in your back pocket, you can know it's coming, you can see it coming sometimes, but if it's that explosive, you just can't stop it. And
the escape makes it 16-5, but Calavitta still in command. At this point, he's 3 takedowns away from a technical fall, and with 1:15 left to go, it'd be interesting to see whether he can get him. He's ahead 16-5. Interesting, of course, beginning of the year, we saw Sonny Marchetti earlier in the previous match at 135 pounds, and Sonny came out on the short end of a 4-3 score. Well, twice early at the beginning of the year, Sonny and Joe Calavitta met in a couple of very big matches at Walsh Jesuit for the Ironman Invitational there, and Sonny came out on top both times, as you remember, Ed.
That's right.
And but here instead, a few months later, it looks like Joe Calavitta that's going to come out on top.
He's wrestling with some type of possession. He's focused. You combine all these variables into the moment that wrestling does provide. Tough kid to beat. Very tough kid to beat right now.
Brief injury time here for Steve Kessler. Still 16-5 the score in favor of Joe Calavitta. And Kessler saying, I'm ready to go. There you see Joe Calavitta.
Calavitta has one thing in his mind, that he's not going to give up any home runs. He's not going to give up a throw, a headlock. He's probably, after what I'm looking at, he's going to stay offensive. He's not going to go defensive at all.
Just a good basic leg attack for Calavitta as we now inside 30 seconds left of the match, and scores again with the outside single, and it's 18-5.
Rob, he shot that single with 30 seconds to go like he needed it to win this match.
He's got a lot of confidence in that leg attack, and it's shown here with 6 takedowns. Now the escape for Kessler makes it 18-6. Under 10 seconds left in the match, and Kessler almost spins behind for the escape, but the feet go out of bounds and they bring it back to the center. 6 seconds left to go, and Joe Calavitta in the driver's seat.
Steve Kessler just never had an opportunity to get the offense going. And
18-6 will be your final, and Joe Calavitta will be the National High School Wrestling Champion at 140 pounds. Second place to the 4-time undefeated state champion from Owings Mills, Maryland, Steve Kessler.
When you get a victory like that over a 4-time state champion, that means nothing as far as the quality of the wrestler. Steve Kessler, without a doubt, a well-accomplished wrestler. Knowing Cornell Bass, as I do personally, being the involvement that he has with Maryland wrestling, and the ambassador for wrestling that he is, dedicates a lot of time to these kids. And he told me about Steve and, you know, just the type of kid that he is. It was Joe Calavitta's day. It's that simple. And he capitalized on it, and he looked fantastic doing it.
No question about it. With the 6 takedowns and the 2 big 5-point moves in the second period, he was not to be denied. He was on the offense the entire match, and he really never gave Steve Kessler any breathing room.
Total control front to back.
Well, we'll be hearing from Joe Calavitta very shortly, but the 135-pound award winners getting ready to accept their awards, all 8 of them. And second national high school champion for the state of California, as Joe Calavitta is the champion at 140 pounds. These are the finals of the National High School Wrestling Championships. For the 8th straight year, Rob Sherrill and Ed Ferraro bringing you the action match side. And in a moment, George Von Benko will be having a few words with our 140-pound champion, Joe Calavitta.
He wrestled 2 days after surgery.
I'm with Joe Calavitta, the 140-pound champion here at the 8th Annual National High School Wrestling Championships in Pittsburgh. And Joe, a win over a 4-time undefeated state champion, and that single leg attack was there all night for you. You just kept piling up the points. You really had that leg attack going tonight.
Yeah, felt good. I mean, for the match, I don't know, I just left everything up to God and just went out there to have fun and just did my best. So it turned out.
Well, you certainly showed well tonight. You're headed for college at Minnesota. I'm sure you're looking forward to your college wrestling career, too.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Go to college with old teammate Josh Holliday, and Marty's out there, and everybody. It's just, I like it out there. It's going to be fun.
And your high school showed up well here at the championships, too. 3 finalists.
Yeah, real proud of them. I mean, God blessed us, and just thank him for that.
Thanks for the time. Joe Calavitta, the champion at 140 pounds. Back to you guys at the table.